Hello, hello, hello.
May I speak with Jon Anderson, please?
No.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good, John. My name's Favazz. I'll be doing the interview, and I didn't expect you to answer.
Well, it's only me here. I'm in my studio in my garden of the incredible world that I live in a little cottage where my studio is.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here we go. With me on the phone is Jon Anderson, one of the greatest vocalists from one of the greatest bands of all time. John, how are you today?
Oh, come on.
You are.
Well, one of the best that was ever, but there were so many, and there are so many great bands and musicians and singers now. I can't believe it. It's amazing.
It is. And Jon Anderson and the Band Geeks will open for El Monstero June 15th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Are you familiar with, now I asked this question to Don Felder from the Eagles last year because he opened for them, and you're going to open up for them this year. Are you familiar with them? Do you know what they do?
Who are they?
Oh, they do Pink Floyd music.
Oh, well, there you go. You can't go wrong there.
Well, first of all, do you know the guys in Pink Floyd?
Well, I met them once, sort of thing, and I always read an article that John Lennon said that Pink Floyd are the future of music. This was like in 1970, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was right. Very, very futuristic, especially The Wall, one of the greatest ideas in the world.
Yes. Now, El Monstero, they do a run of shows in December at the Pageant, which is a small nightclub. It holds about 2,000 people. But they do a summer show every year at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, and you're going to be there in front of like 15,000 people.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right. So you don't know about El Monstero, so that's fine. Now, you are one of the favorite singer of a guy that I work with, John Hewlett, and he's also the public address announcer for the Cardinals. And he had a couple questions. Well, first of all, do you have memories of putting Yes together as a progressive rock band or as a regular rock band? You and Chris Squire, the late great Chris Squire. Oh
man, that's a long story, but I'll tell it as fast as I can. But I was working in a bar above a famous rock and roll club in London called the Marquee Club, and people who played in the Marquee would always come up to the club above the Marquee, and I'd tidy up after everybody, and I was helping out behind the bar and drinking too much, but having so much fun. And every now and again somebody would walk in, like Keith Emerson would walk in, and even one night there was, what's it called, Richie Havens came by.
Really?
Yes, had done a quick tour with Richie Havens in Europe, about 6 shows. And I was mesmerized by this guy who was quite a brilliant man, a brilliant artist and songwriter, and a beautiful energy. And, think about Jimi Hendrix came up one night into the bar, and it was like a party every night. So I just lived there and sort of worked there every day. And then one night, about 6 in the evening before opening time, the boss of the bar said, there's a guy over there looking for a singer. And I said, who? There's one guy at the end of the bar. He's looking for a singer for his band. And I said, okay. So I wander over. And this 6'3" guy, I'm looking up to him and saying, hi, my name's Jon Anderson. I'm the singer. And Chris went to me and said, I'm the bass player with Sin. And I said, what's Sin? He said, oh, it's a band. And we're looking for a singer. Do you want to come and, who do you like? I said, Simon and Garfunkel. It was a very big album at that time.
Yeah, I love them. I love them.
Yeah. So he said, okay, then we'll get together tomorrow. We're rehearsing, me and my band, and the band's called Mabel Greer's Toy Shop.
Okay.
And I said, how much acid have you been taking? and he just laughed, So we got on very well. And the following day, we went to this restaurant in West London there, and it was in the basement. We had a little rehearsal place for the band, and there was no drummer. And I said, "What's the drummer?" And somebody, Pete Banks, said, "Oh, he's gone to Paris. He's going to get paid and play in a band." And I said, "Oh, you get paid?"
You're not used to that, are you?
He has left the band. So we quickly got the Melody Maker, which was a magazine in London about music and stuff like that. And we looked for the drummers looking for a gig, And we went all the way down, and it said this little line in the newspaper. It said, "Drummer looking for a band. I've got a lovely kit and a van." We both said, "We come here, Chris, together. Oh, he's got to be in the band." So we called up, and he said, "My name's Bill Bruford, and
wow.
I like jazz." And I said, "Well, can you come over later?" And he came over an hour later and started playing in the band. And all of a sudden, the band was rocking that day, with Bill Bruford and Chris and Peter Banks and Tony Kaye. I knew Tony Kaye from a band from Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
So I was excited that I knew each other. We sort of knew each other in a way, and that's how the band started.
Wow. So did you know that they were going to be a progressive rock band or just a regular band? What did you think?
I don't know, because we talked about who do we like, and I said I love Frank Zappa. And then somebody would say, "Well, I like a jazz band." That was Bill. He loved jazz music and stuff like that. And Chris was very, I like lots of bands. And so we just sort of realized that, okay, well, who's got a song? So I said, I've got a couple. So I started singing a song. And at the same time, Chris and Bill would start playing together. And all of a sudden, they were playing very, very hip sort of grooves and things. And I said, "Hey, guys, can you do that together with the band here? And we'll all play that groove that you're playing, and we'll play what we're playing. We'll stick it together with glue, and I'm sure it'll be okay." And that's how the band started.
We're talking to Jon Anderson, formerly of Yes. He and the Band Geeks will open up for El Monstero. Now, here's another question that John had. Were Tales of Topographic Oceans, Relayer, and Close to the Edge drug influenced?
Oh, yeah.
What drugs? What drugs?
Well, marijuana.
Oh.
And a little drop of acid now and again, once a week.
All right. So we're talking to Jon Anderson is here, and I loved ARW. I thought you guys performed that night at the Fox Theater so great. It was yourself, Trevor Rabin. I interviewed Trevor. He's a great guy. Yeah. Rick Wakeman is a fun guy. That was a good band.
Really good, really good. I don't know what happened. It was just like there was a certain point in time we couldn't really get a record company interested in the band.
Really?
And, Trevor started writing songs for an album, and I wrote a couple of songs with him. We actually did an album together called Talk, and that was a year earlier.
Yeah.
And, it sort of fizzled away. Everybody got on with life, and I'd actually been doing solo shows by then because Yes had decided they didn't want me as a singer anymore because I got very sick, for a while.
Right.
And I thought, what I'll do, me and my guitar and my wife will go on tour around the world, which we did. And I love just standing there with a guitar and singing all the songs people know, because I used to write most of them anyway. Mm-hmm. And I can play guitar not very, very well, just strum away. But I always used to enjoy doing that solo show. And then on to the next thing that I remember was a meeting that was Jean-Luc Ponty. And, I said, let's do a tour, which we did, And then, I hopped from musician to musician. I don't know how it happens, but, I'm sort of guided by some energy.
I absolutely love Friends of Mr. Cairo.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. That was one of my favorite moments.
That is a great song. So what? So was it difficult for you singing material from Close to the Edge to becoming in the mainstream with 90125 and Trevor Rabin and singing "Owner of a Lonely Heart" and all that? Was that different vibe for you?
Yeah, it was kind of like top 10. I was a rock star for 5 minutes, and I was very excited. Very exciting, when you stand there and people are going crazy. And you go, you play Brazil for 500,000 people. It's like,
oh, wow. So Jon Anderson and the Band Geeks will open for El Monstero. So what will you sing, Jon, that night when you open for El Monstero at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater?
Well, we definitely do yes music that people love, because the reason I met the Band Geeks was a friend of mine who works at Sirius Radio. He sent me a video of these guys playing Harder to Sunrise, and I thought, my God, these guys are good. And they were brilliant. So I got in touch with the bass player and said, do you want to go on tour?
Wow, really? That's it?
Yeah. And they learned all the songs that I love, Yours Notice Grace, Harder to Sunrise, of course, Close to the Edge, Awaken we're going to be doing. I don't know how many songs we'll be able to do in that show you're talking about, but we'll probably play for an hour and a half, and it'll all be jam-packed, all the songs everybody loves from Yes.
Well, we cannot wait. Once again, Jon Anderson, we're speaking to him. He is a singer of Yes music, I should say. He was in the band. He's not anymore. He's going to open for El Monstero, him and his brothers and the Band Geeks. And, Jon, we cannot wait for you to sing those songs. We can't wait to hear them, for sure.
Well, I can't wait for you to hear the album we just finished together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just finished an album called True, and we mastered it last week. It sounds just so incredibly, wonderfully beautiful and magical.
When is that going to be out?
August.
August. And
yeah.
It's called True?
True, True.
Crew. Oh, okay. Well, we can't...
Very, when I used to live in Barbados for a while, and I'd meet up with the local Rasta guys, and everything was, how's it going? True. How you doing? True. What are you doing today? Oh, true, man. Everybody say true, which means everything's good.
Oh, everything is good. Crew. All right. Well, I'll try to use that myself,
Yeah. Why not?
All right, Jon, we can't. We'll look forward to seeing you and the Band Geeks on June 15th, and take care.
Very excited to be there with you guys.